This is a very controversial video, so viewer, be warned. Hello my friends, this is Regular Slasher and thank you for watching my videos as usual. Yeah. In this clip, I want to share the information that I just learned out of personal experience and observation out of years of training in a traditional martial arts settings, and out of those they have things in common that I would like you to know, so that hopefully before you embark on a journey, or if you are continuing on a journey in the world of traditional martial arts, so there are certain information that your senpai does not want you to know, and until and unless you are prudent enough that you have learned such things. In this case, let me give you 5 secrets that your sensei, or your senpai rather, does not want you to know. And with this information you can put it to your advantage or whatnot. And without further delay, again, 5 secrets that your senpai does not want you to know. Here goes. Yeah. Number 1. Rank is everything. Let me repeat that. Rank is everything. Why do I assert this? Because in a traditional martial arts settings, in the settings of traditional martial arts, rank or downgrade is being mentioned right here and there. Little to know that the real purpose of having a dan and a rank is that it enables you to get yourself a checkpoint in terms of learning experience, and then considering your current dan level or downgrade, you have certain parameters that you can qualify yourself and for you to proceed to the next dan rank. And that is not a bad thing in itself, but what is going to be wrong with that is that the dan grade or the dan rank is getting used, in fact being abused, for personal benefit of the practitioner, particularly your senpai. How do I assess? I mean, how do I test this one? Okay, if your senpai wants to assert, like every sentence, right, every sentence or two, he keeps on adding that I am this dan, I am third dan, I am a fourth dan, I am a third dan and a fourth dan, and then the implications would that be like, you should listen to me because I'm higher than you. Alright, what's worse is that he tries to pull rank even outside the dojo, in like 7-Eleven, or you're trying to buy some water right in 7-Eleven, and then that senpai cuts you off to the cashier because, hey, I should be the first, I should be ahead of you because I am higher than you. Whatever. I mean, to me it gets old real quick. Alright, but why is this called a secret that your senpai doesn't want you to know? Because it actually gives this certain senpai some room to control you. Alright, so he for example, he's going to make up some set of unwritten rules, like you shall not go to your sensei without going through me first. It's like, it's as if he's playing the gatekeeper, and if you are not certain about this, that your senpai might have exploited this in a dojo setting, why don't you try this little test that you go to your sensei, approach to your sensei or the head sensei directly for some training related question, and then watch the reaction of the senpai and how does he react. A bad senpai will usually tell you that, oh, whoa, 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 not so fast. Before asking sensei, you should have gone to me first, and then I'ma forward your message to him personally. Come on, man. Not only is it a redundant waste of time, but your senpai is simply playing the gatekeeper, alright? So, I want you to reconsider before taking any step further, alright? Number 2, race matters. So does looks, money, and status. Yeah. What do I mean by this? Especially, I know this is going to be a very controversial video, but a non-Japanese like me, okay, has been experiencing dojos in my local community, but whenever there's a Japanese sensei coming to our hometown to teach for a few days or a few weekends, this senpai would become the gatekeeper on steroids. Alright? How does he become a gatekeeper on steroids? Let me explain. Before your Japanese sensei visits, what he would like to do is to warn the students, right? Especially the gullible type beginners. It's like, before trying to ask sensei, make sure you don't embarrass yourself. Make sure you brush up your Japanese skills a bit, and then on and on and on. And then let me personally handle the matter to our sensei as our guest sensei, alright? So don't you do something weird. Stop doing that shit, or otherwise you're going to look bad in the seminar on the day itself. Why is this ridiculous? Because the parameters the grounds that the senpai is trying to tell you, because number 1, it's rank. Number 2, it's race. Especially on the skin color, like, he's trying to project, right, his own not so good impressions about the race. Something, I know this is very controversial, but let me get my point across to you. This is one of the dangerous aspects of the dojo traditional martial arts training, because this tends to pigeonhole every student, alright? So you should do this, you should not do this, you should do that, you should do that, you should not introduce this type of culture to your sensei without telling me. If I'm the senpai, right? So basically your senpai is acting out of fear, alright? So either you exploit it or you get along with it. As long as I told you the difference, if you think you are not sure yet, drop in some comments and I'm more than happy to help you with all your confusion for that matter. So basically, if they see you, if your senpai sees you as something inferior in terms of race, looks, money, and status, come on, I know it gets old real quick, but to somebody who wants to know, so let me give you a hint, and that's it. Alright? So it's about society and then hierarchy and all that. Totally nothing to do with the real training, right? Yeah. Number 3, groupthink mentality is advantageous. First of all, what is groupthink mentality? If a group of 5 people loves to play mobile games, and another wants to play Barbie dolls, or another type of field that they all share, and you find yourself uncomfortable, but this type of situation where it has no really direction, instead of aside from hanging out and all that, like hanging out without any direction or purpose, except one instance of a group think mentality, or one instance that you can determine that a group of people has been infected with a groupthink mentality is this. That group will tend to have a bias over something that is outside, something or someone is outside their influence, alright? What's worse is that when you try to apply for an exam and then this group of people think that they are not, you don't belong to their turf, even if you work hard, you will have a danger of not going anywhere because you're just not in the vibes, right, with these group thinkers. Which leads me to the next secret that your sensei, or your senpai rather, does not want you to know. Is the number 4. Dojo politics is the norm. Alright? So they would like to come up with this sort of confusion called, it's very subtle too, because if you are, if you are well endowed in terms of looks, or all of them look like supermodels and then you're not, and then subtly they will try to exclude you from the group, and they will try to deprive you from the group of in this case the real learning experience, right? But if it's already on that level, it's too deep, and unless you are not prudent enough to detect, in that case you need to have some sense of purpose first, like during Keiko time, right? So 7:30 to 9 p.m. you're there to work hard, and then if these dojo politicers or group thinkers for that matter would like to go to the second dojo, so to speak, like a drinking spree or whatever, you know what, the truth about these drinking sprees after the Keiko is that it basically cancels out your Keiko, alright? Let me repeat that. The second dojo actually cancels out whatever effort you have done during that Keiko that you did before. So from here, I would like you to be aware that it is not wrong to go home and then take some rest, like sauna, man, jacuzzi, instead of drinking beer and hanging out. I know we all like that, but there's always a time and place for everything, and that is called occasionally, for that matter, okay? Yeah. Finally, the final secret that your senpai does not want you to know is that hard work is good, but we need clout. Yeah. Even if you are a hard worker, but you do not look good to their own standards, however irrational it might be, because they are already infected with a groupthink mentality, and that groupthink mentality just wants some clout. What do you mean by head clout? I mean, like influence, especially the social media influence, particularly in terms of head count, or the number of techniques you have memorized by rote. And then if you are in a perceivably superior race, then they will count you in. But on the other side of the spectrum, if you are outside that groupthink mentality's circle of influence, even if you work hard, you will not go anywhere. Alright? I know this is very hard to explain. It is because it is one of the biggest elephants in the room, or the elephants in the dojo, aside from the racism itself. But me, as a non-Japanese national, I've seen enough, I've observed enough, and this is why I didn't even mention what type of martial art is this, because it practically applies to just anything, or anything field of discipline that you're pursuing, right? So, recap. So 5 secrets that your senpai does not want you to know is this. Number 1, rank is everything. Number 2, race matters, so does looks, money, and status. Number 3, GroupThink Mentality is advantageous. Number 4, Dojo Politics is the norm. Number 5, hard work is good, but we need clout. Yeah. And with that given information, I want you to go further with your own risk, or otherwise you may put some comments in the comment box so that I may help you with this discussion. Alright? Yeah. That's it, my friends. And if you like what you just saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And especially if you click the notification bell, you'll be the very first person to know that I have uploaded another video that contains information that could possibly help you in the future. Yeah. This is Regular Slasher signing off. Thank you, much love, and どうもありがとうございました。Yeah. And cut.